My name is Zach Thomas, and for my video essay, I will be discussing the movie Colossal. Colossal was released earlier this year, and it is directed by Nacho Vigalondo, stars Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis. So let's talk a little bit about the film's plot. So Gloria, played by Anne Hathaway, is an unemployed alcoholic who lives in New York and is dumped by her boyfriend at the very beginning of the movie. This in turn sends Anne Hathaway's character Gloria back to her hometown as she has nowhere to go and nowhere to live. This also sets up a reunion of a childhood friend, Oscar. Oscar is played by Jason Sudeikis, and that is where the story and the plot begins to unfold. Gloria, Anne Hathaway's character, begins to work at Oscar's bar, and you start to feel a sense of romance brewing between the two while she is still recovering as an alcoholic and recovering from her boyfriend breaking up with her. While this is going on, news of a giant kaiju monster attacking Seoul, South Korea has emerged. Now again, I went into this movie not seeing any promotional material or trailers, so I thought this would be, oh cool, just another monster movie. But almost instantly, the film took me in a different direction, as Anne Hathaway is on the phone with her ex-boyfriend, and she is freaking out about the monster attacking Seoul, South Korea.
I just looked at the news, and I think I'm in shock. A giant monster just materialized over Seoul.
That happened like 9 hours ago. You're just hearing about this. What have you been doing all day?
Whenever he said, that was 9 hours ago, I knew what the intention was of the film and the filmmaker. This wasn't just another monster movie. This wasn't going to be just about defeating the big monster. This touched on so many issues, and with her boyfriend's reaction, it touched on the issue of being desensitized and being numb to tragedies around the world. And I thought that was an interesting way to take this film, an interesting way to portray a monster film. Because yes, even though it is on the other side of the world, Gloria still sees it. But it's not until she realizes that she has a connection with the monster before it starts to become more than just news that she's watching. And the same can be applied to many events and many tragedies that we have today in our society. The film does a really good job of shedding light on the issue that we have, in fact, as a society, become desensitized to these tragedies and become numb to these events that happen all the way around the world. Yes, the characters are aware and they are shocked by the news that is happening around the world, but it's not until it affects them personally. It's not until they have a connection with the events themselves before it really starts to change them as individuals. But the story doesn't just stop there. It dives deeper as well. It dives deeper into alcoholism and the effects that it has on yourself and, more importantly, those around you who care about you. Another issue that Colossal tackles is abuse from a physical, verbal, and mental standpoint. When Jason Sudeikis' character Oscar is introduced at the beginning of the film, you don't see him as a threat. You see him as a friend reaching out to an old friend in her time of need. But that quickly changes. As alcohol is introduced into the equation, Jason Sudeikis' character becomes more and more obsessive and controlling over Gloria. And I've got to say, Jason Sudeikis was pretty spectacular in his performance in this film. I found myself at the beginning of the film just wanting to fast forward to see him and Anne Hathaway end up together. But towards the end of the film, and as the events unraveled, I found myself disgusted by this character and absolutely did a complete 180 from the time that I was originally introduced to this character. And that's the strongest point of Colossal. It is able to creatively navigate and touch on all of these issues and bring light on these issues while also keeping you on your toes for the entire story. But this isn't a monster movie. This is a thought-provoking movie that raises awareness on the issues that we are facing as a society in 2017.
Gloria, you gotta see this. It's dancing.
Is dancing like...
Holy shit.